Hi. Because our course does not meet frontally until next week, we've prepared a presentation to help Mitk, Alef, and Bet engineering students navigate the online course. Let's begin. It isn't easy working at home, maybe even in the library, in front of a computer learning English. So what are the keys to success? Budget your time to work on English a few times a week. Keep up with the Moodle tasks and assignments. Always review the feedback from the instructor or computer. And check the lesson sum up in Moodle a week after each lesson closes. Email immediately when you have a question and contact your instructor if you have any difficulties. Always remember to come to open notebooks after your midterm exam to see how you did and how you can improve. So, how does the course work? Every week there's an online lesson. It opens on Wednesday morning. You have 7 days to complete the Moodle tasks and assignments and submit them. All the assignments for the lesson are due on the following Wednesday morning by 8 in the morning. You will get feedback, that'll be the lesson sum up, within a week of finishing the lesson, and there'll be feedback we'll talk about individually for individual tasks and assignments. And don't forget to come to the 3 face-to-face lessons on campus. If you do not complete a Moodle assignment or task, you receive a 0 for it. This 0 is averaged into your class grade, and we'll talk about the class grade shortly. Assignments and tasks cannot be made up except for Army Reserve duty and other exceptional situations. So, let's see how you're going to look at your grades. You will get regular feedback and messages, usually via Moodle or possibly from the instructor's personal email during the course. Instructors will correct and comment on questions in the Moodle quizzes and on the Moodle assignments, and notify you if you did not submit an assignment or complete a task. And then post a weekly lesson sum up regarding your work within a week after the lesson closes. Ultimately, you are responsible for checking grades and reading all messages. So let's go to the next slide to see your grades. This is a screenshot of Moodle. Look carefully at the red arrow. It points to the grades written in English and a square icon. This is where you click in order to see your grades. So after you've clicked on the grades icon, they will appear, as you can see on the right. This is a student from a previous semester, and these are the reading tasks, and you can see his or her scores here out of 100. If there's no score for a task you did, either you did not submit it or it hasn't been graded yet. So how do you get feedback inside the tasks? In a Moodle quiz, you will click on the blue link of the quiz, then click on a blue review button, and then you can go through each question and you check for either computer-generated feedback or teacher-generated feedback. So if we look at this example, this student got this answer incorrect. That came directly from the computer. Here, though, there's more specific computer-generated feedback. Now, we're still in Moodle quizzes here, but these are open-ended questions where you have to type your answer. This is a specific teacher-generated feedback comment. which relates directly to whatever the student answered. Now, if you have to upload a Word file, you'll receive feedback in a different manner. Corrections are made using review/track changes, and you find that at the top of your Word document. You will see the mistakes and corrections in 2 different colors. Your score will be typed at the bottom of your document in color. You'll receive the document by email. Open it, save it, and review the instructor's comments and corrections. Sometimes you will be asked to upload a PDF file. That type of correction looks different. Here's an example. This is a student who got this answer correct, as you can see from the green check mark. Here is a comment by the teacher. Here's another type of correction. The student should have highlighted 3 more answers and not highlighted that one. And here again, the teacher has provided a comment. So teachers can't read your mind, but we certainly can read your writing. So when you have a question, email and ask. We can meet face-to-face or online. Don't stay silent when you have a question or a problem. So how should you email your instructor? Each instructor has a different way of liking to receive email. Here's one way to do it. The subject line must be complete. If there is no subject line, it may go into junk mail and simply not be read. So what should be in the subject line? Your name, your course name and day, if necessary, and the topic of your email. What is your email about? Let's look at an example. Yaakov L. A.T.H. Writing Smart Home Future. What does this all mean? Yaakov is in the Thursday Mitk Alef class and has a question about the smart home of the future writing task. And at the end, please use your first name and at least your last initial. Now, why is this so important? We'll see in the next slide. First of all, let's go over where is the subject line. Here's an example from one of our instructors' email accounts. And if you look carefully, it says Shiri Rothman B. MQ, how to deal with vocab not open. So she wrote, the MQ, how to deal with vocabulary is not open. Thanks, Shiri Rothman. Why all this information in the subject line? Because most teachers at Rupin have 60 to 120 students. Many have the same first name, especially in the same course. And some even have the same first name and last name. So in order for us to get to your email quickly, to prioritize your emails correctly, we want to know as much information in the subject line as possible. So I know that Shiri Rothman is in Mitk and she has a problem with a specific Moodle quiz. I can go there much quicker. Here's a few email subject lines. I'm not going to read all of them, just the second one. Urgent, Yoni T. B, how do I post in the Lesson 5 forum? So this one is important because it's close to the lesson closing. Yoni T is in Mitk and he needs to know, how does he post in the Lesson 5 forum? You can pause this at any time and read the examples and any other information. Now, how should you label a document you're going to upload? The same way the label needs to be complete. You need your name, the course name, day, and the task name. Here's an example, Vladimir B. B, writing personal response. Vladimir is a Mitk student and is contacting his lecturer regarding the personal response writing assignment. So, how does your course grade get broken down? 3 components. The class grade is worth 50%. The midterm exam is worth 15%, and the final exam is worth 35%. How do we break down the class grade? Your subcomponents of the class grade are reading comprehension, reading strategies, language, which includes vocabulary and grammar. That's worth 60% of the class grade. Your listening tasks are worth 15%, and the writing tasks are worth 35%. So how do you pass the course? This is also in our syllabus, and I suggest that you pause here and read this carefully. Students need an overall course average of 60. That means a 60 on the final exam and a 60 in the class grade or above. Read the information on the midterm exam, but the important thing to remember here is if you do not take the midterm exam, there is no MOED bet for it, and the weight of the final exam automatically becomes 50%. The midterm exam is a perfect way to understand how our exams are put together and to prepare you for the final exam. Don't forget to come to open notebooks afterwards. Make sure you come to our 3 face-to-face lessons and inform your teacher if you cannot come. We end with a wonderful quote about doing the impossible by a Swiss philosopher. Remember, email if you have questions, even now, and we'll see you next week at our first lesson. Good luck.